What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Shake, give me your brain. Hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, come on, shake, come on, shake, come on, give me your brain. Hey, come on, because they do the round. Fat girls like to do the round. Woo. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Woo. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing. And the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count right.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
But like fat girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it eat. Fat girl just shake it, don't wait. Big mama, let me see you do a thing. Let me see you touch the ground. Shake it up, back down. Tap me and then the house. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Fat girl keep going so quick. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl keep down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake, see you rip through what? On the web that's hard part two. Looks in the house, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shit. Shake that up, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the round. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like to do the round. Hey, hey, and more hey. Let me hear you say hey, hey, and more hey. Big girls like to do the round. Shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, part 3. Can't hang with 106 beat. Fat girl know to have no quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Nothing new, I'm loose like it off the that. Fat girl bring through the top of the ground. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot fish with a lot right, come to nice thing. I really should get the day to wear a tee. Bounce fat girl, show the boys a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the down. Let you out, let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are, not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your beat is so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
Yes, sir, buddy. Shouts out to all the big girls out there in the world right now. You need you a big girl. You need you a big voluptuous one. You need your big girl because it's cold outside. God damn it, it is cold. It is cold. You say I got my jacket on. It's cold. It is cold. It is cold in Miami. It is cold. It's like 40 degrees here in Miami. Can you believe this? It is freezing fucking cold. And if it's cold in Miami, I know where you're at. If you're in New York, or you're in Cleveland, if you're in Detroit, if you're in anywhere across the country, you're freezing your ass off and you need a big girl. You need something to hold on to. Little skinny girls, summer is over. Skinny girls, summer is over, skinny girls. It is over for you guys. I'm sorry. Everybody need a big girl. Everybody needs something big in their life. Everybody needs something big in their life. Because if you ain't got nothing big in your life, that's a little problem. I'm just here to tell you. There's nobody sitting up here wanting some skinny girl. Skinny girls, you are not in right now. I'm sorry. Skinny Minnie, you're not in Skinny Minnie. You can't do nothing for nobody right now. You're gonna roll your bony ass up in there. You're gonna be cold and shit. You ever had a skinny girl that was cold? You ever had a skinny girl that was cold? It's like, what are you gonna do? We need something on us. And you know me, I only like women this size. I only like women this size. Skinny. Here. Not skinny, not bony, but I like them this size. I can't like pow. I don't like that. I can't. So I have a hard time in the summer, in the winter time. Because with a skinny girl, there's no such thing as cuddling up. That's not like, cuddling up is not a thing. It's like, how do you cuddle up with a skinny girl? Let's just figure this out. How do you cuddle up with a skinny girl? How do you lay up with a skinny girl? In the winter, you got the blankets. She gets lost in the blankets. You create a little body heat by either I'm on top or she on top. Little body heat. That don't get it. So you got the little skinny girl sitting there in the bed. Skinny woman sitting in the bed, and she's trying to create this heat. Soon as she roll over, it's over. So I just suggest everybody get them a big girl right now. Get a big girl in your life. You need a big one. You need a big girl in your life right now. Because if you don't have it, in this cold weather right now, you're going to feel some kind of way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I came on late tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a big show. I was here. I went to StreamYard and started looking around. I started trying to do the broadcast about 11:30. So I ended up getting on right now, which is horrible because seemed like all the functions on this thing just deleted. It's like everything just shut down. So I had to reboot everything. Like I'm not the technical guy around here. I just, normally come on in and cut the button on. And I'm pretty sure some functions are not working right now. Some functions are not working right now. Look at that. I even got the microphone way down there. Functions are not working right now. There's the microphone. Probably was like, yo, what the hell? Why is Luke sounding like that? Like he's way away from the microphone. I was, unfortunately. But we got, like I said, we got a big show today. It's a lot of things to discuss. There's a lot of things to discuss. We got Stephen A. Smith crashing out on Kerry Champion and Jasmine Carr. He said, stay into it with these women. I love Stephen A. Smith a lot. I like him. I fuck with him. But it's like he's one day it's Jasmine Crockett, then the next day, I don't know. I mean, it's like a lot of things going on here that we're not well. Then you got Charlamagne the God fighting against Roland Martin. Really? I mean, on the government shutdown. Let me just say this. I'm gonna get into it. Then on top of it, add matters worse. It gets worse. You got Mike McDaniels running around trolling the Buffalo Bills fans. He says he lives around the corner. Mike McDaniels is wild as hell. He goes out and fuck with the Buffalo Bills fans. We gonna talk about that. It's like, bro, you just won one game. And you want to fuck with the people. Hey, I guess that's the black side of him that came out. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. It's a lot of fucking things going on here, man. I'm just saying. But is it all black on black crime? Because we're not getting locked up by ICE and Trump really ain't fucking with us now. It's like multiple black people going after each other on a consistent basis. See, this thing got all kinds of things going on. They say you are this thing is crazy. The stroll is all the way down on the screen. The stroll is to the bottom, and then the stroll is up top. I mean, this shit is crazy. I can't make this up. But again, that's where we at. That's where we at. Unfortunately, I got to see if I'm live on Twitter or anywhere else. Yes, I am. I see I'm over there. Dabo got fired finally at the Giants. The same guy who fucked around with Shedeur Sanders, told everybody Shedeur did this, Shedeur did that in the interview because he wanted to take Jackson Dart all the time. You know, God don't like ugly. His ass got fired. So now he's looking for a job. The whole world is sitting there waiting right now for Stefanski to get fired. We all are waiting for that. When that happens, I think it'll be a major celebration of black, white, green, purple. Everybody around the world gonna celebrate that shit. The University of Miami Hurricanes wins the game. The question is, why is Notre Dame ranked ahead of them? Is TikTok the new OnlyFans? Is TikTok the new OnlyFans? We're gonna talk about that all and more. Welcome to the Luke Show. It's all brought to you by Luke Gear. Luke Gear, get your Luke Gear. Go to www.lukerecord.com to get your Luke Gear. Get your hats, your sweaters. We got sweats for the girls. We got everything. That's what this show is brought to you by. So make sure y'all go over there and get you some gears, all kind of hats, everything. I got a little cold, you know. Again, this time of year, change of weather, it gets all of us. But we're gonna work our way through it. That's what it's all about. So let's get started. Here we go. So Roland Martin and Charlamagne God had a few words about the governmental shutdown. Charlamagne God, you know, said kudos to the Democrats that broke the line. Most people have a problem with the Democrats breaking the line. A lot of people have a problem with that. You know, it's almost like the governmental shutdown is like hold the fucking line. So they needed 5 or 6 Democrats in the Senate to agree with the Republicans. You know, I know it was a difficult situation, you know, and the debate, it was a difficult situation for those Democrats to cross the line. But when you look at some of the things, and I'm not glorifying this, you know, I'm for holding the line. When you look at things, I put myself in their position at the same time of saying, hey, look, man, we got record-breaking airlines, you know, stopping flights. We got crowds at the airport. We got SNAP benefits being cut off. I mean, these are the things that the Republicans did to the American people. We got military people not getting funding. We got government employees not getting paid for damn near 40 days, going on 2 months. You know, we got military people deployed. You know, they're out there on the wall for us every day. You know, and I have a fucking problem with that. I have a problem with them using the military as a pawn in the game for political purposes. If Trump, if the Senate, if the House can get their money, why the fuck the military can't get their money? They are protecting us from all foreign enemies and everything. These days, everybody domestically is a foreign enemy. That's a whole nother story there, but that's a whole nother show. You know, but at the end of the day, these people broke the line. It's fucked up. And so, again, with a promise that they don't fuck with health care. And the whole debate was health care versus them fucking with Obamacare versus everything else. And that's the whole reason they was holding the line. So at the end of the day, here's the two debates with the two individuals, Roland Martin, Charlamagne the God. And I want to just say this. To all of the political junkies, political people on TV, I want to say this to y'all. I want to look dead in this motherfucking camera and say this to y'all. Us in the entertainment business, we have a right to talk politics. We live in the United States of America, and we care about our community. We care about where the money is spent. We care about who's in office. When you need some fucking votes, you find us and you ask us to do what? Campaign, tell our followers to vote for your ass. So I despise the fact that these talking so-called political heads on TV always come up with this why the celebrity got to say something? Motherfucker, we pay taxes too. And half of us celebrities know more than you motherfuckers know. What made y'all fucking experts? Y'all got us in this shit anyway. Because y'all sitting on there doing the same thing the fucking politicians doing, caping for one side and caping for the other side, regardless of what. Half of you fuckers on there that know politics, call yourself no politics, are trying to push us in a different direction. Self-destruction. So we could talk about politics. Until you stop bringing your ass and getting on the phone and telling us to encourage our followers to vote for your ass, don't fucking tell us we can't talk about politics, because we can. Because we know just as much as you know. You may know a little more. You may say that shit so eloquently, but at the end of the day, shut the fuck up. Let us have our opinion. We represent the American people, and most of us are not on no fucking side. We're on the side of the people. Because half of these talking heads, if you're on Fox, if you're on CNN, if you're on MSNBC, if you're on CNN, you ain't gonna say nothing. You ain't gonna say what the guy on Fox said was okay. If you're on Fox, you ain't gonna say on CNN what the guy said on CNN. It's okay. I can agree with that. Y'all don't do that. And then you motherfuckers online who used to work for these networks, y'all don't do that. Y'all sit up there and anything a motherfucker say on the other side, y'all crash out. And you never get nobody credit on the other side, because sometimes the motherfuckers do say something that makes sense. And sometimes the motherfuckers do say something that benefits the American people. And you guys don't do that. So that makes you the fucking ops. So don't tell us we don't have a fucking opinion. You shut the fuck up. So now let's get to this conversation with Roland Martin, who's a good friend of mine. A good friend of mine. I fuck with Roland. Charlamagne the God. I'm more friends with Roland Martin than I am with Charlamagne the God. I don't talk to Charlamagne the God on a regular basis. I get on the phone right now and call up Roland Martin. Roland Martin knows this shit back and forwards. So here we go. Let's have a let's listen to what Roland Martin had to say about what Charlamagne the God had to say and why he said it.
Do not listen to people like Charlamagne the God. Okay? So Charlamagne was talking about this government shutdown, and he made a comment as relate to what Democrats should be doing. Y'all have that? Okay, play it.
You know what I don't understand, Mimi, and I don't know, maybe you can explain it to me. The health care is going to go up anyway because of the big, beautiful bill, because that didn't include the extension of the tax credits to keep the cost down. So if it's going up anyway, what's the point of Democrats taking the stand to keep the government still closed?
At this point, you're right, because the premiums, which the open enrollment started this weekend, November 1st, and so people are getting those letters in the mail. In fact, one person in Utah, a woman in Utah, she told ABC News that she opened her bill and saw that her monthly premium had already jumped from about $400 a month, Charlamagne, to over $2,000 a month. And so at this point, it's like, what's going to happen? Is it retroactive? Like, how is this going to work as we continue to go forward? So you're absolutely right.
And the premiums are set for a year. So at this point, if the premiums have already gone up, if they set for a year, at least give the people some relief and get the government back open.
Do not listen to what the hell he just said. That to me is beyond idiotic, because this battle that we're seeing is not solely about healthcare. Rebecca, I don't know what the hell that was. That was just bullshit.
Look, what I heard was an exchange of two people who don't understand how this works. So what they're talking about are the health insurance premiums that are in the marketplace. The marketplaces are the state exchanges. The state exchanges is because of Obamacare, aka the Affordable Care Act. Here's the thing. Those premiums are effective January 1, 2026. You get about 60 days notice in most states. Some states put out their new expected premiums back in October, some kind of at the end of September. But this is giving notice of, hey, if you continue at the level of health insurance plan that you have, this is what you're going to start to pay effective January 1. And so the erroneous, I mean, this isn't just misinformation here. This starts to look like this is intentional disinformation. And for the audience, disinformation is where you have bad, misleading information that's intentionally targeted to a certain demographic. The demographic here is Black voters. The reason why is that Black voters are the base of the Democratic Party. Right now, the Democrats are in lockstep saying that, no, we're not going to give you the votes that you need in order to end this government shutdown. You Republicans need to come to us and work out a deal. And so by trying to talk to Black folks, to them Black folks can then talk to Democratic members of the House and Democratic members of the Senate to get Democrats to back down.
So that's what I'm saying. We have difference of opinions when it comes to the governmental shutdown. I tend to get my information from Roland Martin. I would tend to get my information from Roland Martin. There's no question about it. Roland eats, sleep, drink politics. His sorry ass team, well, he should be happy. No, his team is not sorry. It's Texas A&M, the team that he loves, doing good. Surprised I ain't got a phone call from him on that. But if I want gossip, I'll go to the Breakfast Club. If I want to know what Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and Sexy Red and all these people having beef with, I want to know who Birdman want to come up there and fight them and all that and stuff like that. I'll go to the Breakfast Club for that. It's like going to First Watch for your breakfast or going to, the steakhouse for the breakfast. No, First Watch is a breakfast place. And they serve breakfast. That's what they do. They specialize in breakfast. Yeah, they're going to give you some lunch too, but they fucking specialize in breakfast. You're not going to Smith & Lewinsky for breakfast. You're not doing that. It's just that simple. So it's the same thing. Roland Martin is going to give you politics. He's going to give you information because he eats, sleep, drink, live the shit every day. And the people that have on his show, that's what they do. That's not... hey, Breakfast Club, I have an expert, my good friend, who's, I forget what her name, Farron, Tony, I think something, young lady, she's a Republican. She's my good friend. She's a Republican. She normally shows up on the Breakfast Club and then says her little political thing, but she's on the Republican side. I love her to death. That's my girl. She's on the Republican side. So she has a tendency of giving them Republican talking points. And then I think Charlamagne hangs out with the other, pretty girl who talks politics as well. So I'm going to get my information from Roland Martin. But wherever you get your information from, on governmental shutdown, on governmental situations, you need to do your research on your own. Don't take none of these people's word. Because a lot of these people who are on here, some of them are bought and paid for by politicians and political groups. Some of them are dug in so deep that they cannot go and say anything different about any other party. So that's where you have some of those places where you have. So again, this governmental shutdown is a bad thing. Democrats dug in. I don't think the message from the Democratic Party has been clear enough. The messengers that they're sending out to tell the message, is hard for you to understand them. Neither side has, when one side is lying, the messaging is all over the place. They try to confuse you. But one side has to be lying and the other side has to be telling the truth. So neither side has good messaging. The Republicans have a tendency of doing it real good. They sit out there, Mike. Mike looks like he's a nice guy. He looks like the insurance guy who comes to your house and tell you, if you buy this insurance premium, this is going to be good for you. You be like, I believe him. He's not going to lie to me, but he's the motherfucker that's going to lie to you. He's just going to take your money, and when somebody die in your family, then it's time to bury them. Then you look at the policy that Mike sold you, and that motherfucker ain't working. You take that to the funeral home and say, I got a policy Mike sold me, and his lawyer asked, and they said, this shit ain't worth shit. This is fucking toilet paper. So that is what you have. In my opinion, all these fucking politicians need to go. We need to just we just need to vote everybody in Washington out. We just need to get a whole new group of people. And the new thing should be, you should not be a lawyer to be a fucking congressman and a senator. You should not be some billionaire, multimillionaire being a senator, because we know it's all about money. These motherfuckers making money. And that's why the message be polluted. The messaging be polluted, because really it's all about money. Somebody's making money off of this shit. When you look at Obamacare, they send out their black people to talk about Obamacare as if only black people are on Obamacare. Really? No, that's not true. There's more white people on Obamacare, more older people on Obamacare than anybody in the world. The fucking Republicans make you think that, the Democrats want to fucking give free health care and money and all that to all the immigrants and the illegals. That's not true. Don't believe. That's when people go to the line. But I don't like none of these politicians on either side. I think all the ass need to be voted out, and I think common folk need to be brought into the situation. But that's my thing. We could talk about politics all night because I love talking about it. It's easy to talk about because these motherfuckers are straight assholes. But again, ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins won. Can you believe that shit? The fucking Dolphins actually won a game. Hey, look, we're having a little technical difficulties. The stroll on my screen is down here, but on your screen, the scroll is up there. So this StreamYard platform I'm using is all over the place. Maybe it's time for me to start broadcasting on a different platform. But at the end of the day, let's talk about Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels wins the game, beat the Buffalo Bills for the first time in God knows how long. They beat the Buffalo Bills. Shots out to the Dolphins. Did an excellent job. Went in, and everybody's sitting up there. I mean, fucking Vegas, everybody had to have all their money on the Buffalo Bills, so Vegas just like got all the fucking money. They look better than the Raiders. Hey, they look like world beaters. They traded their best defensive end to Philadelphia Eagles, and he balled the fuck out last night. So was he the problem? Tyreek Hill says he wants to be a DJ, and that's the thing, right? They got these reports that Tyreek Hill wanted to be a DJ. It was me who Tyreek Hill told that to. Here's the little story before I finish with this fucking trolling ass Mike McDaniels, right? I'm in the Joe Stone Crab, and some people sitting at the table next to me. And they were like, oh, hey, Mr. Campbell, can we get pictures? Can we get pictures, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm up there with some of my friends. And Next thing you know, it was like, Mr. Campbell, can we get another picture? And okay. No, my barber who was with me, my friend, we were celebrating his birthday. He said, hey, man, it's Tyreek Hill. I'm looking around, what the fuck is Tyreek Hill at? Right? And I look over there next to the table who I just took a picture with. He's taking a picture with those folks. Right? And so I get up, hey, man, how you doing? He looks at me like I was a fucking alien. I'm like, this fucking guy don't know me, right? His friends do, like, oh, that's Uncle Luke, that's Uncle Luke. And he was like, I was like, maybe he on some painkillers or something for his injury, right? And then they were like, yo, Tyreek, he said, man, I'm gonna start DJing. I'm gonna DJ now. And I'm like, you a DJ? Okay. I'm pretty sure you gotta do something when you're injured on your spare time because you okay. And then the guy was like, I was like, so what records are you playing? And he was like standing there. Because the person was like, that's Uncle Luke, that's Uncle Luke. And he was like, he was on his crest like this. Like he was trying to figure out who the fuck I was, right? Okay, I'm really okay when people don't know who I am, right? And I'm like, and then he say, you gotta be spinning his song, one of his homeboys. They were like, what song do he make? What song does he make? This Tyreek Hill saying his friends, the white guys with him. What song does, it was like, Me So Horny, you gotta know that song. Now mind you, say you're a DJ. And then the guy say, here's another one. Hey, we want some pussy. And he was like, oh yeah, okay. We know you know that song with all 11 babies. So it's like, I'm sitting there looking at Buddy like, okay, man. I'm like, let me go. How the fuck do I ease out of this conversation to go back to my table? And he was still standing there like this. I was like, it's got to be the medication. He was trying to figure out who the fuck I was and all this. And I was like, hey, man, it was nice meeting you and everything. I'm going to go back to my table, right? That was a weird moment. This fucking, hey, this guy talking about CTE. It was a weird moment. You're going to be, now I can understand you're a football player and you don't know no fucking certain rappers or whatever it is. But when you talk about being a DJ and you say you don't know the rapper, you don't know the guy who's the king of the birthday song. If you're gonna DJ somebody's party, you gotta play the birthday song. If you're gonna DJ a sorority event, you gotta play Scarred. If you're gonna DJ a fucking party at the goddamn some bar mitzvah, you gotta play Hey We Want Some. I say, oh my God, this is funny as fuck. But meanwhile, let's go back to their trolling ass coach. Mike McDaniels, they asked him a question after the Buffalo Bills game. They beat Buffalo for the first time ever. And they asked him, hey, Mike, they got pictures of a guy look like you right by this bar that Buffalo Bills fans took over for the weekend. Was this you trolling these people? And this is what Mike McDaniel had to say.
Like the good old days, the throwbacks of yore where you could trust, the internet and the images because, that is pretty detailed. That, I do live in that area, but I mean, AI, right?
So that doesn't answer the question.
What? I mean,
So are you
confirming or denying?
I mean, I live in that area. AI is real. That's what I got for you.
That was clearly you, Mike. Why are you giving us the bullshit answer, Mike? That was clearly you in that fucking car. That was your car. You pulled up to that place because you saw them people partying like a motherfucker and they took over that bar on Las Olas. You saw it on TV. You saw it on social media because your ass is on social media. And you made it your business to go over and fuck with them people That was the black side of Mike. You know, Mike half black. That was the black side of Mike. I'm going to get in my car, ride over there, and fuck with them people. You did that, Mike. Just go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say it. You fuck with the people. You fuck with the Buffalo Bills fan. Now, when you go to Buffalo and they start throwing that motherfucking snow at your ass, when you go to Buffalo and they fucking troll your ass, Mike, don't fucking say nothing. Don't go talk about the interview security. When you go to Buffalo, you better go. You better cater your food. You better bring your food with you because those people at the Buffalo hotel is gonna fuck with you. Bring your meal. Tell your wife to get you a doggy bag, Mike, because that shit. When you go to Buffalo, them people, that's all they got. They don't have no fucking beaches. They don't have no fucking tootsies. They don't have no booby trap on the river. They don't have no palm trees. They have nothing but the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. So you're fucking with them people, Mike. I'm okay with that. I like that. I like that. You know, because I'm a Lane Kiffin guy. Lane Kiffin to Miami, University of Miami. I like that. I like that. They be a little jazzy, fuck with the people. I ain't got no problem with that. But then now when you get them people smoke, now goddamn it, they give you smoke back. They'll go to crime, red roof, red rock. No. Don't do that, Mike. They gonna fuck with you. You just started some shit that I don't know if you're ready for. Fucking Mike, they trolling. Speaking of football here in South Florida, University of Miami won the football game. I had the pleasure of going to the game. You know, I took my son out to the football game. We enjoyed ourselves. You know, he asked me, Dad, let's go to the game. And I was like, do you want to go out there and see that? I really said that. I shouldn't have said that to him. I was like, you really want to go out there and see that? He was like, yeah, Dad, that's our team. I was like, you're right. Let's go and support our team, University of Miami. And I said, okay, fine. And we ended up, let me get the tickets, son. Call up my guy, my ticket guy, and we got our tickets, and we went on out there, and we enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time. Me and Lil Man. We sat there, we went down in the suite, and we got us some food, and saw some people down there. I saw this guy, Mike Ryan, when I went into the stadium. As soon as I came in the stadium, I saw Mike Ryan from the Dan Le Batard show. Mike was like, I thought you were barred like Willis McGahee because you were on the Never Shapiro show. I looked at Mike, right? Mike had his kids with him. If Mike didn't have his kids with him, I'd have cussed Mike the fuck out. This is what I would have said to Mike. Mike, if you're listening, this is what I would have said to you. Hey, look, motherfucker, under no fucking circumstance, ain't damn motherfucker in the state of Florida could bar me from anything. You know, sometimes people like Mike, and some of these people who think they're the chosen ones here in this town have a tendency of saying stupid shit. And that was some stupid shit that Mike said. He better thank God his kids was with him and his wife, because I'd have cussed him the fuck out. Mike, let me just say this to you, Mike. Don't ever say no shit like that to me again in your fucking life. Don't ever say no shit like that. Don't group me with no fucking body, because I ain't no goddamn group. The only group I was in was the 2 fucking live crew. And what motherfucker is going to bar Luther Campbell from anything in Miami, Florida? Mike, you was at the stadium. You was at Hard Rock Stadium. Last time I checked, that's a black-ass city. That is not Little Havana where you from, Mike. And sometimes some of you people from, see, that's why I fuck with high-lived Cubans, because it's a difference between high-lived Cubans and Pinecrest. Pinecrest, y'all motherfuckers, y'all think y'all shit don't stink. Y'all uppity. So y'all think that y'all can talk to niggas any kind of way. That ain't the case, Mike. You know, wrong motherfucker. I am Luther motherfucking Campbell, better known as Uncle Luke. Known to motherfuckers as the motherfucker, the motherfucker who hold the flag around here. Like I told you so nicely in front of your little kids, I remember you was a little skinny motherfucker running around the radio station. So now you think you could talk to me any kind of way because you on the Dan Levitar show? You better have a conversation with Dan. Because quiet as it kept, I'm the motherfucker who made all you motherfuckers' career. When Dan wrote his fake, false-ass article on me in the Miami Herald talking about pay for play for University of Miami, became famous, and then wrote another bullshit article, became famous. So, Mike, don't ever, when you talking to I'm like Birdman. Put some respect on my name. Don't ever fucking come to me saying no fuck shit like that again in your life. You stay in your little crab hole over there with the rest of your racist ass homeboys, and you do that because you showed your true colors by saying something to a fucking G around here. I am a fucking G boss. It just bothers me sometimes. You know, one thing about this community, all of us love each other. There are a pocket of this community where there's Cubans, blacks, Nicaraguans, Dominicans, Jamaicans, Bahamians. We all can coexist. But then there is a group of people in those little pockets that they show their racist bullshit because they think they run shit. No, motherfucker, you don't run a motherfucker thing. Mike Ryan from the Dan Levitar show. You will if it weren't for Dan, you will always be Mike Ryan of the Dan Levitar show. How about trying to go out on your own and do something on your own, motherfucker? And let's see if you can get access to the stadium. And by the way, Mike, I bought my tickets. Did you buy yours? Did you get them free? Did you get comped? Did they want you there? Did they lay it out for you so you can talk nice about Mario and the program? That's why I pay for my shit, so I can get my ass on this show and say what the fuck I want to say on my little show and my little platform. So Mike Ryan, eat a dick. Speaking of eat a dick, University of Miami wins the game, and Fran Brown had this to say to Michael Irvin.
All due respect, I love how you play. Don't get used to this shit. I got you, Coach. I got you, Coach. I appreciate you, Coach. I appreciate your intensity, Coach. That's good. That's what it takes. Good job, man. Good job.
Now, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. The last, when you listen to it, it was like, hey, shake hands, hey, man, respect you, and da-da-da, and all that there. This is Michael Irvin, a fucking gold jacket. One of the best who ever did it, won Super Bowls and all kind of shit like that. But don't get used to it. What was that all about? No, Fran, what you was talking about? I fuck with Fran. Me and Fran cool. I fuck with Fran, talk to Fran. I fuck with Fran. But Fran, why you fucking with Michael Irvin? Why you fucking with Mike, Fran? I'm just trying to figure this shit out. Mike ain't bothered with nobody. He just out there cheering his alma mater on. He on the sideline just, cheering and shit. I guess did you say that to Mario? Don't get used to whooping our ass. I don't know. Fran, I love Fran. Fran is spicy. Fran's spicy. I like Fran energy. Fran spicy, he do it his own way. He gonna fucking lather it up. He gonna get that shit going. And Fran guys really played some good football. And that first half, boy, everybody was in there shaking in their fucking boots. They played some good football, then the mistakes came. and they couldn't recover from it. Then Miami kept pounding and doing what they do, and then Miami started doing all these trick plays and shit. They started doing shit we had not seen the whole year. They started playing people we have not seen the whole year, Pringle and shit. And it's like, oh shit, we're running outside. After Shannon Dawson ridiculed the media about, I tried to run outside. I ran these men, but no, motherfucker. The media made Shannon Dawson run outside. Did he ran over there on outside? Did he got a penalty? Outside zone right, outside zone left. Then the motherfucker bend the corner and makes a touchdown. A guy who never played the whole year. See, that's my problem with the University of Miami. And that's why people like Mike Ryan, who kiss ass, people like him, who have a problem when we get on our platforms because we don't fall in line with the C Mafia. I don't like what Luther and say. Well, if you don't like what the fuck I say, then say it to me in my face. So the bottom line is, the offensive coordinator, he heard everybody in the media, and he heard the people, and he heard the fans boo last week when he ran up the middle. The week before. They asked him, why the fuck are you still running the ball up the middle? Why you don't run the ball outside? Where's these other players? So the media said, where's two? Where's JoJo? Where's Ray Ray? We know Ray Ray's unavailable. Beard don't like him. So what ends up happening? He goes out into the game, come back in, because he do not want to get booed again and run that motherfucker outside. So the fans were right, Shannon Dawson. You're the fucking dumbass around here who don't know what you're doing. You're going to get fired. They're going to fire you. You better pray you get a fucking job because your ass got to go. I sat there, I'm looking at the game. I said, let me go to this motherfucker because the TV is not doing anything for me. Let me go to the game as an analytical person. I sat up in there and I'm looking at the sideline. Dennis Smith talks to Mario all the time. The other guys, they ain't doing nothing. They just holding the sideline down. I don't know who this big tall guy with headphones on. He gets more shit from Shannon Dawson. Looking at Jason Taylor, he's doing his shit. Looking at D-Lou, he's doing his shit, coaching his guys up. Defense coordinator, we already know. I'm going to leave that one alone. Defense coordinator doing his shit. Ruben Baines, my guy, my firecracker man, fireworks man doing his shit. Guys out there doing this shit. You know, guys coaching and everything. I'm looking at. But then I looked at the game and I said, I see what's going on right here. This team is not, they don't want to be fast. That's why they didn't get anybody drafted. They complain about the drop balls. And it's amazing. Let me just talk about these drop balls, right? Kevin Beard came to me last year. I think it was last year. And, you know, they come to me because I have a player on the team, Ray, Nathaniel Joseph. And Kevin Beard came to me and was like, I don't ask them why my players are not playing. He said, well, you know, Ray dropped the ball in the Florida game. I said, yeah, I saw him drop the ball. I said, when that was on Saturday, right? He was like, yeah, he dropped the ball and da-da-da-da-da, right? To justify why Ray is not playing. This is Kevin Beard, the receiver coach from the University of Miami, telling me this. And I said, well, Kevin, you know what? I tuned into the TV the next day on Sunday where the best players in the world. And I saw quite a few of those professional football players dropping balls. So do they get benched forever? Now, mind you, Ray dropped the ball in Florida game last year at Florida. And he has not touched the field since. Well, he probably got some snaps here, blocking. But this man said, I said, watch what you say, Kevin, because you're going to have to eat those words. Because you know somebody is going to drop that motherfucking ball. And you know that somebody who's dropped that ball, you're not going to put them in the doghouse. So watch what the fuck you say to me. But then I know the fix was in when he said that. Because as a receiver coach, you never say no shit like that to a high school football coach. You don't say that because one of your receivers is going to eventually drop the ball and you're not going to bench them. Just say, I don't like the kid and I don't want to play the kid, and just be a man about it and say, hey, kid, I don't like you. You ain't going to never play here while I'm here. And won't you just go ahead and transfer? And that's why I like the coach from Notre Dame. He came to my office. I had a conversation with him. I was like, hey, man, what happened to that quarterback that you had? You know, I saw him come in the national championship game. He went in there, had the confidence, fucking threw some darts. Y'all had the confidence of letting him throw the ball in that situation and fucking in the biggest game of his life. I just knew he was going to be our quarterback. He said, no, Luke, he went into a competition, something that we don't have at Miami, and he lost the competition. And he came in my office and I was like, well, you know, you lost the competition and, you know, I wouldn't have a problem if you transfer or something down those lines. And I will help you out by whatever, and the kid somewhere else playing. That's good shit. That's what a coach is supposed to do. I've told kids on numerous occasions, son, you're a senior, you got a junior ahead of you, you got a sophomore ahead of you, there's a whole bunch of other schools you may want to go, but if you want to stay here and compete, that's fine. If you want to stay here and compete, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that, but you know, I'm going to look out for you. You know, I just want you to know I'll be okay with you looking out for yourself. That's real coaching. And if you decide to stay, just come compete every day. Get you an opportunity to play. If you get an opportunity to play, something happens, and you go out there, you do your thing. But that's how it works. You don't let the fans push you to then our players get injured, and then you give these people opportunity to play. You don't know what the fuck you get ready to get. Everybody screaming, oh, well, the fans went off and JoJo done went out there. He done dropped the ball. He done dropped balls and all this here and everything. Like, people going to drop balls. This kid has not played in 8 fucking weeks. Him and Carson Beck do not have no timing. Carson Beck was injured when he came here. He did not throw the ball in the fucking, he didn't throw it until the fall. He wasn't there in the spring. JoJo got injured in the fall. So him and JoJo are not on the same page right now. As the season go on, they'll be on the same page and they'll be doing what they need to do. So everybody who got upset because we got upset that Mario, your fucking Jim Jones, wasn't playing this kid, pipe the fuck down, puppies. Let this kid and this man build some goddamn some moxie together. Jesus Christ. Where's all the JoJo fans now? He's dropping balls. He should have caught the ball going across the middle. The offense is condensed. Everybody knows it. They don't run long routes. They don't put people out on the field to run long routes. They don't stretch the field. Everything is underneath. Everything is running between the A gap. Fans made them run outside zone. That is what they're not about. They ran some trick plays, something that you didn't expect, and they scored because everybody in America Miami is not known for having swag on fucking offense. It's the underneath guy to Malachi, who replaces Strepo, and Strepo caught all the balls in this offense. And before that, the guy in Houston caught all the balls at the slot for Houston on the Shannon Dawson's offense. Every now and then, flat to the tight end and a bubble here and run through the A gap. That is his offense. And it's nothing exciting about it. That's it. That's all you're going to get. You ain't gonna get no bombs over Baghdad like they fucking like we like here in Miami. You're not gonna get that. That's what you're gonna get. And so a lot of things happen in the ACC. Miami has a chance. Hopefully they get back in it. Just like the Miami Dolphins, hopefully they get back in it. Now that the coach is trolling and y'all got rid of Greer. That's funny. But ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all had a good time. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm sorry about some of the technical difficulties that are going on with this platform. And remember, for all your loot gear, go to www.lootrecord.com for your loot gear. You got all kind of stuff over there. And I want you to be, some of you people in these cold areas around the country, be safe. It's okay. Stay home, cuddle up with your loved ones. Turn the fireplace on. Be safe because it's rough out there. That fucking weather is going to be bad. And here in Miami, I don't have you motherfuckers cutting the stove on. Don't leave the fucking stove on all night. Just go find you a big girl and cuddle up with her. That's what you do. Until the next time, peace, love, and happiness. And the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours. Adios, amigos.
What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Shake, let me hear you say, hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, Mark, shake, come on, shake, let me hear you say, hey,
pull out the stick, come shoot that. Booty poke out like a book bag. Booty poke out like a book bag. Pull over ass too fast. Come wish gone bring that Uncle Lou bag.